Top 25 Airport Airline Interview Questions and Answers. Preparing for an airport or airline interview can feel stressful because these jobs require more than just communication skills. Airlines and airports look for candidates who can stay calm under pressure, follow safety rules, help passengers professionally, solve problems quickly, and represent the company with confidence. Whether you are applying for cabin crew, ground staff, customer service, ramp agent, ticketing officer, or airport operations, your answers should show responsibility, patience, teamwork, and excellent service attitude. In this guide, you will find 25 common airport airline interview questions with strong sample answers to help you prepare confidently. 1. Tell me about yourself. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I am a responsible, customer-focused, and hardworking person who enjoys working in fast-paced environments. I have strong communication skills, patience, and the ability to stay calm when dealing with different types of people. I understand that airport and airline jobs require professionalism, teamwork, safety awareness, and excellent service. I am always willing to learn, follow company procedures, and support passengers in a friendly and respectful way. I believe my positive attitude, discipline, and problem-solving skills make me a good fit for this role. 2. Why do you want to work for an airline or airport? I want to work for an airline or airport because it is a professional, dynamic, and service-based industry where every day brings new challenges. I enjoy helping people, communicating with different passengers, and working in an environment that requires discipline and teamwork. The aviation industry also gives employees the chance to grow, learn new skills, and build a strong career. I understand that passenger safety and customer satisfaction are very important, and I would be proud to represent the airline or airport by providing reliable and respectful service. 3. What do you know about this airline or airport? I know that this airline or airport focuses on safety, customer service, punctuality, and passenger comfort. It plays an important role in connecting people to different destinations and providing a smooth travel experience. I also understand that aviation companies have strict standards, including security procedures, baggage handling rules, passenger assistance, and professional behavior. Before coming to this interview, I learned about your services, reputation, and commitment to quality. I would be proud to become part of a team that values safety, efficiency, and excellent customer care. 4. Why should we hire you? You should hire me because I have the right attitude, strong communication skills, and the ability to work responsibly in a busy airport environment. I understand that this role requires patience, attention to detail, teamwork, and respect for passengers from different backgrounds. I can stay calm under pressure, follow rules carefully, and handle difficult situations professionally. I am also willing to learn and improve continuously. I believe I can represent the airline or airport in a positive way and contribute to a safe, smooth, and pleasant passenger experience. 5. How would you handle an angry passenger? If a passenger became angry, I would stay calm and listen carefully without interrupting. I would allow them to explain the issue and show empathy by saying that I understand their frustration. Then I would check the facts and explain the available options clearly and politely. I would avoid arguing or taking the complaint personally. If the matter required supervisor approval, I would escalate it properly. My goal would be to reduce tension, provide accurate information, and make the passenger feel respected, even if the solution is limited. 6. How do you handle pressure at work? I handle pressure by staying organized, focusing on priorities, and keeping a calm mindset. In an airport or airline environment, delays, long queues, and urgent passenger requests can happen at the same time. Instead of panicking, I would follow procedures, communicate clearly, and complete one task at a time. I also believe teamwork is very important during pressure situations. If needed, I would ask for support or inform my supervisor. Staying calm helps me make better decisions and provide better service to passengers. 7. What does good customer service mean to you? Good customer service means treating every passenger with respect, patience, and professionalism. It is not only about giving information, but also about making passengers feel comfortable, valued, and supported. In the airport and airline industry, customers may be tired, stressed, confused, or worried about flights. Good service means listening carefully, giving clear instructions, solving problems when possible, and maintaining a friendly attitude. It also means following company policies while still showing empathy. A positive passenger experience can improve the airline's reputation and customer loyalty. 8. How would you deal with a passenger who missed their flight? If a passenger missed their flight, I would first stay calm and show understanding because they may be upset or stressed. I would check their ticket details, airline policy, and available options. Then I would explain the next possible steps clearly, such as rebooking, standby options, fees, or contacting the airline support desk. I would avoid blaming the passenger and instead focus on helping them move forward. If the situation required approval, I would involve a supervisor. My goal would be to guide them professionally. 9. Are you comfortable working shifts, weekends, and holidays? Yes, I am comfortable working shifts, weekends, and holidays because I understand that airports and airlines operate every day, often 24 hours a day. Passenger service, flight operations, baggage handling, and safety support must continue regardless of the time or day. I am prepared to be flexible with my schedule and manage my personal responsibilities accordingly. I understand that reliability and punctuality are very important in this industry. I would make sure to arrive on time and perform my duties responsibly during every shift. 10. How would you handle a language barrier with a passenger? If there was a language barrier, I would remain patient and use simple words, gestures, signs, or written information to communicate clearly. I would speak slowly and avoid complicated terms. If available, I would use translation tools, airport signs, or ask a colleague who speaks the passenger's language for assistance. I would never show frustration or make the passenger feel uncomfortable. My goal would be to make sure they understand important information, especially related to gates, baggage, security, boarding, or flight changes. 11. What would you do if you saw a security concern? If I noticed a security concern, I would take it seriously and follow airport or airline procedures immediately. I would not ignore it or try to handle a serious security issue alone unless trained to do so. I would report it to the correct security team, supervisor, or airport authority as quickly as possible. Safety is the highest priority in aviation, so even small concerns must be handled properly. I would stay alert, avoid creating panic, and make sure the matter reaches the right department. 12. How important is teamwork in an airport or airline job? Teamwork is extremely important in an airport or airline job because many departments work together to make each flight safe and on time. Customer service, security, baggage handling, check-in staff, cabin crew, ramp staff, and operations teams all depend on each other. If one person does not communicate properly, it can affect passengers and flight schedules. I believe teamwork means sharing information, supporting colleagues, staying respectful, and helping during busy periods. A strong team creates smoother operations and a better passenger experience. 13. How would you handle a flight delay situation? In a flight delay situation, I would remain calm and provide passengers with accurate information as soon as it is available. I would avoid giving false promises or guessing. I would explain the reason for the delay if allowed and guide passengers about updated boarding times, gate changes, or airline policies. I would also listen to concerns patiently because passengers may be frustrated. My focus would be on clear communication, crowd control, and professional service. Honest and respectful communication can reduce passenger stress during delays. 14. What are your strengths? My main strengths are communication, patience, responsibility, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. I can speak to people respectfully, listen carefully, and explain information clearly. I am also reliable and understand the importance of punctuality in an airport or airline role. Another strength is my willingness to learn and follow procedures properly. In aviation, even small mistakes can cause problems, so I pay attention to details. These strengths help me provide good service while maintaining safety and professionalism. 15. What is your weakness? One weakness I am working on is that sometimes I can be too focused on making sure every detail is correct. While attention to detail is important, I understand that in a busy airport environment, tasks also need to be completed efficiently. I have been improving by prioritizing tasks, managing time better, and following standard procedures without overthinking. I see this as an area of growth, and I am actively improving it. I believe self-awareness helps me become a better and more reliable employee. 16. How would you handle a passenger with special needs? I would handle a passenger with special needs with patience, respect, and care. First, I would listen to their request and understand what type of assistance they need, such as wheelchair support, boarding help, directions, or extra time. I would follow company procedures and coordinate with the proper assistance team if required. I would never make the passenger feel rushed or uncomfortable. My goal would be to make their travel experience safe, smooth, and dignified while ensuring all airport and airline rules are followed. 17. What would you do if you made a mistake at work? If I made a mistake at work, I would take responsibility immediately and inform my supervisor if the mistake affected passengers, safety, or operations. I would not hide it, because small errors in aviation can create bigger problems if ignored. I would try to correct the mistake according to company procedures and learn from it so it does not happen again. I believe honesty, accountability, and improvement are important qualities in any airport or airline role. Mistakes should be handled professionally and quickly. 18. How do you manage time during a busy shift? I manage time during a busy shift by staying organized, understanding priorities, and focusing on urgent tasks first. In an airport environment, timing is very important because passengers depend on accurate information, boarding schedules, baggage processes, and flight deadlines. I would use checklists, follow procedures, and communicate with my team to avoid delays. I would also remain calm instead of rushing carelessly. Good time management means working quickly but accurately, especially when dealing with passengers, documents, luggage, or safety-related responsibilities. 19. How would you handle a passenger carrying prohibited items? If a passenger was carrying prohibited items, I would follow airport security and airline procedures. I would politely inform the passenger that the item is not allowed and explain the rule clearly. I would avoid arguing and guide them toward the correct option, such as removing the item, checking it if permitted, or handing it over according to policy. If the situation involves security risk, I would immediately involve the security team. My approach would be professional, calm, and focused on safety and compliance. 20. How would you deal with a difficult coworker? If I had a difficult coworker, I would remain professional and respectful. I would focus on the job, avoid personal conflict, and communicate clearly. If there was a misunderstanding, I would try to discuss it calmly and find a solution. In an airport or airline environment, teamwork is more important than ego because passengers and operations depend on staff working together. If the issue affected work performance or safety, I would report it to a supervisor appropriately. My goal would be cooperation, not conflict. 21. What does safety mean to you in aviation? Safety in aviation means protecting passengers, crew, employees, aircraft, and airport operations by following rules and procedures at all times. It is not something that can be compromised for speed or convenience. Every employee has a responsibility to stay alert, report concerns, handle passengers properly, and follow security instructions. Safety also includes checking documents carefully, managing baggage correctly, and responding properly during emergencies. To me, safety is the foundation of the airline and airport industry, and it must always come before everything else. 22. How would you handle lost baggage complaints? If a passenger complained about lost baggage, I would listen carefully and show empathy, because losing luggage can be very stressful. I would collect the necessary details, such as baggage tag number, flight information, description of the bag, and passenger contact information. Then I would follow the airline's baggage claim procedure and explain the next steps clearly. I would avoid making promises unless confirmed. I would keep the passenger informed and guide them professionally. Good communication is very important in baggage-related complaints. 23. How do you stay professional with rude passengers? I stay professional with rude passengers by controlling my emotions and remembering that I represent the airline or airport. I would not respond rudely or take their behavior personally. Instead, I would listen, speak calmly, and try to understand the real issue behind their frustration. If the passenger becomes abusive or threatens safety, I would follow company procedures and involve a supervisor or security. Professionalism means staying respectful, even in difficult situations, while also protecting yourself, co-workers, and other passengers from unacceptable behavior. 24. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself growing within the airport or airline industry, with more experience, stronger skills, and possibly more responsibility. I want to become someone who understands operations deeply and can support both passengers and the team effectively. I am interested in learning about customer service, safety procedures, airport operations, and leadership. My goal is to build a long-term career, not just get a job. I would like to contribute positively to the company and grow through hard work and continuous learning. 25. Do you have any questions for us? Yes, thank you. I would like to ask what qualities you value most in a successful employee in this role. I would also like to know more about the training process and how new employees are supported during their first few months. This would help me understand how I can prepare myself better and perform well if selected. I am genuinely interested in learning, growing, and becoming a valuable part of your team, so I would appreciate any advice you can share about succeeding in this position. Preparing for an airport or airline interview is all about showing professionalism, confidence, service mindset, and safety awareness. Employers want candidates who can communicate clearly, stay calm under pressure, follow procedures, and treat passengers with respect. When answering interview questions, avoid giving short or generic replies. Instead, explain how you would handle real airport situations like delays, angry passengers, lost baggage, security concerns, and teamwork challenges. Practice these answers in your own words so you sound natural and confident. With the right preparation, you can make a strong impression and improve your chances of getting selected.